Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Bream. I wanted to talk about an important topic today that's affecting lots of children that you've heard a lot about in the media, and that's RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus. So respiratory syncytial virus is a common cold virus in most adults, but in the children and the elderly, it can have significant consequences. It usually spreads by direct contact. So usually when kissing babies is when we talk about it most. Spreading can also live on surfaces for up to 25 minutes. It also spreads by droplets, and there is some debate in the literature whether or not RSV may be airborne or not. It is the number one leading cause of hospitalizations in young children, causing between 50,000 and 80,000 hospitalizations per year, and somewhere between 100 and 300 deaths per year from bronchiolitis and pneumonia. One thing I was a little more surprised to read about is the effect that it has on older adults. So with older adults, it causes between 60 and 120,000 hospitalizations per year, and between 6,000 and 10,000 deaths in the elderly. It's, like I said, it's a seasonal virus. It usually occurs along with the flu. A lot of concern in children who are less than 6 weeks old, in which RSV has been linked to apnea. So generally, if you would see me in the ER for you're RSV positive and you're 6 weeks or less old, we would generally keep you in the hospital overnight for monitoring. Most children, around at least 87% of children, have RSV by the time they're 2 years old. So it's a ubiquitous virus that generally every child is going to get at some point during their childhood. The incubation period is between 2 to 8 days, and it's usually contagious for 48 hours before symptom onset. And that leads to its R naught, or basically how transmissible is the virus, being 3, which is about the same as Omicron Delta. So basically, for every one child that gets RSV, that child will be expected to spread the virus to 3 other people. There's really not a lot you can do for prevention. There's no vaccine, there's no significant treatment or anything along those lines. What I would certainly say is that during respiratory season, if it's not your baby, don't kiss it. That would certainly be the best thing you could do, because you could transmit the virus to the baby before you're even symptomatic. The only semi sort of treatment available is called Synagis. It's a monoclonal antibody given to high-risk premature infants until 6 months of age, and given to infants with congenital heart and lung disease up to 1 year old. Again, there's no vaccines for RSV, and there are really no readily available treatments. They've studied steroids, Heliox, nebulizer treatments for RSV, and all of them seem to have no major benefit. The only thing that seems to have any benefit in RSV is essentially oxygen supplementation and time. So that would be the most important point, is if your child gets RSV, unfortunately, what we just have to hope for is that the body's immune system starts to do its job with oxygen, starts to get better on its own, which the overwhelming majority of children do. So anyway, that's our talk about RSV. If you have any questions, certainly shoot us a message on the Facebook page. Visit us at www.breammedical.com. If you're concerned that your child has RSV, bring them to the office. We have rapid testing available. Our rapid RSV tests, I believe, are around $7, so they're very inexpensive. And again, www.breammedical.com, 704-216-1263 to schedule an appointment if you have any concerns or any questions about your child potentially having RSV. Have a great weekend.